Hey everyone, welcome. So I promised I'd do a video on how to buy Elk on the Avalanche C chain. So if you're interested in Elk and want to learn more about it, check out my previous video that's linked in the description and give me a like and subscribe. So yeah, for this tutorial, I'm going to assume that you already have some assets on Binance. Now, any exchange that carries Avalanche, or AVAX as I'll be calling it, will work for this as long as you can send the AVAX through the AVAX network. And I'll show you that in a bit. So the first thing we're going to do is make sure that we've got some Avalanche tokens on Binance. So for the purposes of this, I've got 1.33 AVAX that I want to send. And the end goal is to send this to my MetaMask to link it to the Elk DEX to be able to trade AVAX for Elk. So I've gone ahead and made a trade already and have gotten this 1.331 AVAX. So before I send it anywhere, I'm going to make sure that a few things are true. I'm going to make sure that we're transferring on the AVAX network here. And we're not going to put our MetaMask address here because the MetaMask compatible C chain is on a different chain. So if it's sent directly to the MetaMask, it will be lost until we're allowed to add the X chain to MetaMask, which I'm not sure if that's possible. So what we're going to do first is create a AVAX Web Wallet. So for the purposes of this, we're going to walk through here and create our own for the purposes of the tutorial. So you're going to go to wallet.avax.network. The link here will be in the description, so don't worry about that. And we're going to go to create a new wallet. It's going to ask if you want to generate a key phrase. So we're going to do that. So this is the private key. So I would prefer that people write them down, but for the purposes of this web wallet, of course, I'm not going to ever be using it because I've given you the private key, so I would never in a million years use this. So I'm going to copy and paste this in a notepad for the purposes of this, but again, I would write it down. So it's going to give you these, you're going to check that you wrote it down, and click Access Wallet. And it's going to make me go through and put in the missing ones here. So I'm just going to take a minute and fill those in. All right, so I've filled those in and I'm just going to hit verify. Congratulations, you're good. So then I'm going to click Access Wallet. It's going to take a second here. And it's going to take another second. And there it goes. So I'm going to see a few things here. It's going to look kind of complicated if you're not used to this. So I want to make sure this X here is highlighted. That means the X chain. That's where AVAX default chain is that's tied to Binance. So this is the address we want here. So we're going to have this copied. So we're going to copy this address here. And then we're going to go back to Binance. And this is where we're going to put the AVAX address. So we're going to paste that there. We're going to take a second look, make sure that's correct. It looks good to me. You don't want to lose your funds. And then we're going to hit max, or whatever amount of AVAX you'd like to send, but for this example. So it's going to cost me 0.01 AVAX, which isn't at all that expensive. And so we're going to verify that and hit submit. And then what we're going to do is verify our security questions on Binance, but I don't want you guys seeing all my stuff, so I'm going to go ahead and get those codes, put them in, and we'll go from there. Alright, so while we're waiting for our transfer to complete from Binance to our web wallet, we might as well add the Avalanche C chain custom RPC to MetaMask so we can see our AVAX assets that are attached to our MetaMask account when we finally get that going. So what we're going to do is we're going to go up to MetaMask here in Chrome or whatever browser you're using. going to hit these three little dots to expand the view. It's easier to copy and paste in with the expanded view, as it goes away every time you click around if you just do the regular drop down. So then what we're going to do is we're going to go to our picture here, hit Settings, Networks, and Add Network. Now, I've pre-filled all of this in order to save all of you the painful experience of watching me type it out. So yeah, I'm going to post this information in the description so you can copy paste it in if you'd like. Now, network name, put whatever you'd like. Copy paste the URL here for the RPC, make sure that's correct. Chain ID should be 43114, currency symbol is AVAX, and for the block explorer, you can paste this in to identify that. So once that's all done, you can hit save and then close out. Now, we also want to be able to see our elk. So what we're going to do there is go to Add Token, Custom Token, and paste it in. I've linked this in the description, so you can copy paste it from there. Verified, it says elk, add tokens. So you can see I've got some elk here already. So we can switch our networks here, making sure we're on AVAX C-Chain for the next step. All right, let's just wait for our transfer and I'll be right back. Okay, great. So it looks like it only took about 30 seconds. Sometimes it can take longer, but we can see that the withdrawal was successful up here, and even though it still says processing here on Binance, so we're good there. So we're just going to close this. We don't need Binance anymore at this point. So go back to your web wallet, and you can refresh the balance if it's still showing 0. But eventually you'll see your 1.321 AVAX, of course, whatever amount you've sent. So the next thing we're going to do is transfer from the X chain to the C chain. C chain, again, is the chain that MetaMask works off of. That's AVAX's contract chain. So what we're going to do is go over here to cross chain. We're going to look here down at source chain. So our source chain is the X chain. Basically, we want to convert it from the X chain to the C chain. So we're going to go ahead and change the P here to the C, very important. And how much do we want to transfer? Well, in this case, I'm going to hit max, and that's total $49 US. And then we're going to hit confirm, and it's then we're going to hit transfer. And that's going to go ahead, and it costs 0.001 AVAX here, so basically nothing. So it'll take some time, but it's fairly quick. So now we're on the C chain, and if you notice up here, it says that we have none on the X chain, but now 1.32 on the C chain. So now it's time to send it to our MetaMask. So we're going to go to send. We're going to make sure the C chain is selected. We're going to hit max, or however much you want to send. And verify that that's correct, and we're going to send it to our MetaMask. So I've set up a temporary one here. So I'm going to click my MetaMask here in Chrome, copy my address in. I'm going to paste it here, make sure gas is 225. This should autofill with the gas limit, and then we're going to hit confirm and send transaction. And there we go, boom. So that's sent, and AVAX is really fast. That's one of the advantages of this chain. So we're going to head on over, check to see, make sure, yep, looks like we got it in our MetaMask. And we're going to head over to the Elk DEX. Now we're going to go to app.elk.finance, which I've already got up here. Again, I'll put the link in the description. We're going to hit connect to a wallet, MetaMask. We'll say, yeah, cool, and we'll connect. All right, so now we can see our 1.3 AVAX. So we're going to transfer some AVAX. We're going to type in Elk, should come right up. Now we're not going to want to trade all of our AVAX for Elk, because we need AVAX for a little bit for gas on the AVAX network. So I'm going to transfer one AVAX over to Elk. So right now, one AVAX gets me 14.47 Elk, soon to be less I think, as Elk will increase in value. So we're going to hit swap. We're going to verify, hit confirm. This is our gas here. We're going to confirm that. And we'll hit close. So we'll wait for that to update. It says pending up here. Boom, look at that. Nice and confirmed. So sometimes this takes a second to update. So I'll open MetaMask. Yes, which causes a manual refresh here. And then now we can see, again, our Elk here, almost a full AVAX. Of course, there's a swap fee every time. So yeah, that is the tutorial for getting Elk on the AVAX network. I urge you to head over to the pool, provide some liquidity, check out the farms, some pretty great rates. Yeah, so if you like this, like and subscribe. And if I did help you at all, I'd appreciate you, if you sign up for Elk Season, a promotion I talked about in the previous video. If you put me in the forum at LTSnakePlissken, again, I'll put that in the description to let me know that I helped you out. Anyway, thanks for listening. I really appreciate it, and thanks for watching. I'll have a great day, everybody. Thanks.